Ever feel like you are drawing a ton, putting in the hours, but your art still won't level up? I've been there. While you watch me paint, I will break down why practice alone isn't enough and how intentional study beats random practice. This approach turned my hope it works drawings into a consistent style and helped me reach 27,000 followers on Instagram in just the last 2 years. This is going to help you shorten the learning curve and see real progress sooner. If you want to skip the planning, my membership gives you a ready-made pass, hours-long real-time follow-along tutorials with PDF drawing guides organized into 8 clear levels. I will share more later. For now, let's get into the video. Here's the first big lesson. Drawing more doesn't automatically make you better. You improve when you study with intention. If art is purely a habit, there's nothing wrong with copying whatever pretty piece shows up in your feed or following random YouTube tutorials for fun. It's relaxing and therapeutic. But if your goal is to improve your painting skills or even work as an illustrator, that kind of random practice keep you stuck on a plateau. Most beginners mix 3 modes without realizing it. Drawing is doing whatever feels fun in the moment. Practicing is repeating, but without a clear target. Study is repeating with a specific goal. One skill, one style, one constraint. The difference is the goal. No goal, slow growth. Clear goal, steady growth. Here's a quick cooking analogy. Monday, you try a stir fry. Tuesday, you steam fish. Wednesday, you roast a chicken. Each dish is fine, but because you never repeat one recipe, you don't build your muscle memory. You never get to the point where you can cook the stir fry without the recipe. Art works the same way. Study means pick one recipe, repeat it, then try it without instructions to see what actually stuck. I went through this myself in 2019 to 2020 when I moved from traditional watercolor to digital. My routine was totally random. Anime today, and then next day I would do portraits, and then another day to draw a complex scene. I was putting in hours, but without direction. The more I hopped between styles, the more confused and frustrated I felt. So if practice alone isn't enough, what should you study to actually move forward? We all want to draw stunning characters and big complex scenes, but the fastest way there is through the basics. If one leaf feels shaky, a whole forest will feel impossible. So start with small, finishable studies, things you can complete in a single sitting. Something like one leaf, a cup, a book, a single flower. Keeping it small helps you actually finish, and finishing builds confidence. To make these even easier, use weekly themes. This reduces decision fatigue and gives you natural repetition. For example, do a desk week, which means you can be drawing a cup, a pen holder, a notebook, a tiny vase on your desk. Next, a kitchen week. Then you can draw bowls, spoons, cutting boards. Then a bathroom week. You can be drawing toothbrushes, a towel, and things you can find in the bathroom. These items are mostly man-made objects with clear geometry, which makes them perfect for training line, proportion, and silhouette. Big things are just lots of small, well-drawn objects arranged together. So we train those scene elements first. From there, you can step up to animals, then people, then full environments. That's how these played out for me. When I was training for children's illustration during my master's, I followed an elements first pass inside that single style. First, I spent a week on drawing single flowers and leaves. Then I moved to small plants and bushes, and later simple trees and little forests. Next came fruits and vegetables. After that, treats like cakes and ice creams. Only then did I move to animals and eventually people. Once those building blocks were solid, 4 things came together fast. Small, focused wings really do stack up. Even inside a big category, I kept breaking it down. For animals, I organize practice by species and by feature. Species days. Cats one day, sheep the next, pigs after that. So I get comfortable with each animal's overall shapes and proportions. Feature drills. A session on eyes across different animals, another on ear shapes, upright, floppy, folded, and a pass on expressions. For people, same idea, a week on children. I usually do separate sessions for girls and boys. A week on parents, a week on older characters like grandmas and grandpas. I also ran focused weeks on expressions, how to draw a believable cry or a big laugh, and separate weeks on poses and gestures like sitting, jumping, and larger actions. Whatever you are drawing, simple objects, animals, or people, start with line art. Just sketch, no color yet. Aim for clean, confident shapes. If the line drawing isn't solid, color won't save it. For beginners, that means nail the line version first, then move to colors. Same rule when you switch to animals or characters. Lines first, color second. If you'd like a deep dive on how to draw appealing line art, line weight, overlaps, and rhythm, tell me in the comments, and I will make a video to talk about it. Now, because that line first workflows is the backbone of how I teach, I follow the exact same logic inside my membership. We start with small, simple objects from a photo reference, get the line art clean together, and only then add flat color. Texture comes later. Everything is organized into 8 clear levels, so you always know what to practice next. For example, level 2 is plants. We begin with a single leaf, then potted plants, then bushes, step by step. Do lines first. The classes are hours long, real time with full commentary, and each one comes with a PDF guide plus an extra homework pack. Similar references you can tackle on your own to see what actually stuck. It's the same idea as cooking the recipe without looking at it. Now, once your still life line art feels solid, you're ready to practice color. Keep things really simple at the start. Use a limited palette, 2 to 4 colors, and paint flat base colors only. When I say flat, I mean no texture, no fancy brushes, no rendering. Just clean, solid fills. This is great training because flat color exposes your color choices. If the colors don't feel harmonious at the flat stage, no amount of texture or lighting will fix it. So we learn to make the color itself work first. You will see 2 examples on screen from my own studies. In one, I limited myself to cyan family colors. In the other, I stayed in the orange family. By restricting the palette during the base color stage, the whole piece stayed cohesive. And I could focus on placement and balance instead of chasing too many hues. When your flat colors look balanced and intentional, then it's time to add rendering and texture. If you're working digitally, keep your file tidy, put base colors on one layer, and put shadows, highlights, textures on layers above. At minimum, keep the base color on its own, and use separate layers for the stuff on top. Clipping masks keep your base clean, so you can adjust or erase texture without messing up what's underneath. That's a workflow. End to end, start with simple objects, draw clean lines first, lay in limited flat color, then add rendering and texture. Master those steps, and then the jump to animals, people, and food things gets so much easier. Alright, I loved making this video. If you enjoyed this Draw With Me /art podcast vibe, tell me in the comments, because then I will make more. Reminder, if you want a clear path without planning, my membership is linked below. Hours-long real-time classes with full commentary, PDF guides, all organized into 8 levels so you always know what to study next. And part 2 of this video is coming up next, about how to study so it sticks. Make sure you are on my email list or in my Discord community so you won't miss it. If you want to keep hanging out, watch this next, my step-by-step potted plant tutorial. I talk through the whole process and you get the line art and color palette to follow along. Thank you so much for watching as always. Can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye bye!